Hello and welcome, everybody. Today on the Fun with Flags podcast, we will be learning about Italy, the home country of pizza and other delicious dishes. Peru, world famous for the Nazca lines, which is sand only visible from an airplane. And last but not least, Kenya, who after the Berlin Conference in 1885, when Western powers split up Eastern Africa, Kenya was the nation that the British Empire took over. Now, onto the show we go. The 18th and 19th century. In the late 18th century, several Italian regions adopted a tricolour flag of green, white and red. The inspiration of the tricolour came from France, as pretty obvious, it's three colours. In the late 1700s, Napoleon controlled northern Italy. The French army occupied most of the country. The Caspian Republic officially adopted the Italian tricolour in 1789. It was a square-shaped flag with three vertical lines to represent the colours. In 1802, the Italian Republic was born. This was a Napoleonic state which included the north of Italy. It might be easy to mistake it with the modern Italian Republic, except this is a whole different story. While the colours remained, the design changed a bit. Although it was still a square, the flag of the Italian Republic was red with a white rhombus in the centre and a green square in the middle of the white. 3 years later, the Italian Republic of Napoleon became the Kingdom of Italy. When the French conquistador became emperor, this time around the square became a rectangular, plus Napoleon's eagle was in the centre. This flag remained in use during Napoleon's rule, which lasted until 1814. Colours of the Italian flag. As you remember, the inspiration came from the French flag, although the colour blue was replaced with green of Milan's Civic Guard. Three colours, two interpretations. The first believes that green symbolises hope, white represents faith, and red signifies charity. The second interpretation, my belief in how it was truly made, says the green is the symbol of the Italian landscape, white the colour which represents the snow-capped Alps, and red the bloodshed, the blood spilled for the independence of Italy. What sure is all of these symbols embody unity and nationalism, among the Italian people. You can't just have a country with no faith in your country. But again, personally I believe in the second interpretation. Now, on to Peru. On July 28th, 1821, the great South American liberator José de San Martin proclaimed the independence of Peru from the Spanish colonial rule. At the time, the fledgling Republic of Peru was flying a flag introduced by San Martin in October 1820. The flag was quartered diagonally to form 4 triangles, with the upper and lower sections coloured white and the lateral sections coloured red. The flag featured a crest at its centre, dissipating an Inti-style sun rising up behind the 3 snow-capped mountains. According to Peruvian writer Abraham Vladimir, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, San Martin chose the red and white colours after having witnessed Peruanos Pahona flamingos. Again, sorry if I messed up the spelling here. With red wings and white chests along the southern coast of Peru, a more pro-static but perhaps more realistic reason behind the colour of selection would be a mirroring of the former flag of the Viceroyalty of Peru, the Spanish cross of Burgundy, my favourite colour, which featured a red satire and diagonal cross on a white background. The national flag of Peru, Bandera Nacional, again sorry, I'm not very good at this, is the standard flag of the Peruvian people. Unlike the state and war flags, it is a simple red and white vertical triband with no shield or coats of arms at its centre. During Peruvian Independence Day and Fiestas Patrias, Peruvian citizens are obligated by law to fly the national flag from their homes. Law 8916 states that every home must fly the flag from July 27th to July 30th. Further decrees inform citizens as the material used to make the flag, the nature of the flagpole, and required dimensions of the flag in relation of the size of the building from which it will be flown. Local authorities can fine citizens who don't fly the flag during Pacific times. It's no surprise, therefore the flag is flown everywhere during the Fiestas Patriotas. The state flag of Peru, known as the Pabellón Nacional, is the same as the national flag, but with the addition of the Peruvian coat of arms. I'm not going to even bother to try and do that. It's just some Spanish text, which I'm going to butcher horribly. At its centre, the coat of arms features a vienna, a cinahona 3, the swords of Corin, and coin-filled cornucopia. The same coat of arms appears to be on Peruvian currency. The state flag is flown exclusively in buildings occupied by powers of the state, including the armed forces, National Police of Peru. The flag must be flown from all state buildings from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. every day. The war flag of Peru, Bandera de Corora, is similar to the state flag, but features the Peruvian national shield. Instead of the coat of arms, the shield and coat of arms are almost the same, but the national shield is a Peruvian flag on each side rather than a palm branch and laurel. As determined by supreme decree, the use of the flag of war is obligatory in bodies or units of the armed forces and national police. Specific units are allowed to inscribe their service name and number below the national shield on their own flag. Last but not least, Kenya, one of the more fun flags in my opinion. A flag is an important distinctive badge of a nation. The Kenyan flag is quite unique and most recognized all over Africa and the world, thanks to their athletes, who are top class, if I may add. Flags are quite symbolic. The colours and patterns used to design a flag tell a story of the country. It is a symbol that, when flown, makes the people of a nation proud. The current Kenyan flag has remained unchanged since the country gained independence from the British in 1963. Before independence, Kenya was using the Union Jack between 1895 and 1963, while under the British rule. Kenyan flag is made up of 4 colours in warrior shields, and 2 crossed spears. The shield and 2 spears on the flag represent the defense of freedom by the people of Kenya. This concept was borrowed from the Maasai people in Kenya, who carry spears and shields. The 4 colours have meaning too. Black, which is the top colour, represents the people of Kenya. The middle colour, red, represents the blood that was shed to gain independence from the colonizers, aka the British. Green represents nature, the country's landscape and natural beauty. Kind of like the Italians, their green represents the grass in their mountains and how beautiful it is. But anyways, white represents peace and honesty of the Kenyan people. Also important to note that only the military, in government buildings, in Boy Scouts or Girl Guides, in schools are allowed to raise or lower the flag. The flags are hoisted and lowered every day in government buildings, kind of like the Peru flag or war flag. The flags are raised without fail at 6 a.m. and lowered at 6 p.m, slightly different to the Peru people who lower at 8 p.m. Primary and secondary schools, the flag is raised twice a week on Monday and Fridays. The flag should never touch the ground, as it is a sign of surrender and must be folded and handled in a particular way by 2 scouts or recruits or anyone within the armed forces or who's a part of the Kenyan government. Any civilian caught lowering the flag is arrested for disrespecting the flag and for lacking authority to touch it. this is the end of episode 1 with Fun with Flags. We hope you enjoyed your time listening to the 3 flags we have listed today, and next week we will be learning about Panama, Britain, and Sweden. Have a great rest of your day, evening, or afternoon. You never know. Goodbye.